When is the best time to buy real estate in Toronto? Stay tuned. Promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties TV. So glad you could join me here today. Happy Canada Day. It's crazy. It's July. This is the third long weekend that we've had since during this pandemic, and it's been definitely an interesting 2020. Wish we could have a mulligan on it. Anyways, in this week's episode of Prime Properties TV, I'm going to be answering a question that many investors will be pondering. When is the best time to buy real estate in Toronto? But before, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the Prime Properties TV channel. There's a button down here, okay? Much appreciated. Now, the most consistent answer you'll hear from me on when to buy real estate in Toronto is right now, okay? This may sound super self-serving, but you really have to understand that if you're an investor, okay, and you want to win in the game of real estate, you want to be playing the long-term game and not the short-term game. And what I mean by playing the long-term game is you want to spend as much time holding real estate while in the market, okay? You make money and create wealth by spending time in the market, not by trying to time the market, okay? Let me repeat that to you. You make money by spending time in the market, not trying to time the market. So when you buy properties, you hold on to them for a long time, that's when you're gonna see the most results, especially if you're doing this on the side while you have a full-time job or you're trying to raise a family, okay? Now, you may have heard of the old Chinese proverb saying, you know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, way back then, but the next best time is now, okay? So this is the exact same thing for real estate, okay? The story analogy I like to tell people is like, imagine the property you buy is kind of like a bamboo tree, right? Or a bamboo plant, whatever you want to, bamboo plant, yeah. It takes many, many years for bamboo roots to grow. And like it takes almost 5 years just for the roots to kind of create an underground system of roots. A very, very intricate system of roots. But that's kind of where the magic is. Because after 5 years, even though you see nothing above ground, after 5 years, it grows 10 centimeters a day. Yeah, 10 centimeters a day, that's like this much, okay? Or whatever it is in the screen, okay? So the same thing is for real estate. In the first few years, you may not see as much growth, but after a long time, the growth is exponential and you can see it grow more and more and more. That's why real estate is a long-term game. And that's why it's critical to spend time in the market. It's like you're trying to grow your roots. Now, if you're just buying for personal reasons to live in, just buy when you need to be moving in, okay? Don't bother trying to time the market because it just doesn't work. Like, I know the thinking is that if you're trying to buy real estate during the slow time, you may be able to find a deal in Toronto. That's somewhat true and false at the same time, okay? Let me tell you the perspective of both sides and you can take your own stance on it. I've seen it happens both ways, but let's say you're looking for a deal and you decide to buy during Christmas time when you think there are no buyers. While I have seen potential deals during this time, and you can probably pick up something for like 1 or 2% off like the high seasons of the spring and fall market, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna find what you're looking for, okay? As there aren't many buyers. On the other side of it, there also aren't many sellers either. So if I was representing my seller clients, okay, and I know they have a great house that we would be getting multiple offers on in the fall and spring market, why would I tell them to list a good house during Christmas when there's lower activity, right? You have to think, the good product's not there during Christmas. The only time that you'll probably see that happen is if you see a dire seller that needs to sell for whatever reason. And even then, I know a lot of people who are thinking like, oh, I'll catch a deal during Christmas. And you may still encounter some competition, which is kind of what we saw in Christmas of 2019. There were still multiple offers in the condo market because there was no supply. Now, let me give you the perspective of the other side. If you were my buyer client and looking for a deal, yeah, of course, you can encounter someone desperate seller, but I'll just say your chances are very low. And even if you do, you may encounter competition. However, if the supply is so low, again, you often don't have many choices. So unless the perfect property comes up in Christmas, and usually it doesn't because not many sellers, there is nothing really for you to buy, especially if it's for personal reasons, okay? So you may have missed a chance to buy for the year. You have to wait for the next season, which maybe I've seen prices gone up already. And if you've been following my videos for the last few years, for whatever reason, February has a huge increase in price on a month-to-month basis. So it can really kind of go both ways. So it really depends on the supply and demand of the current state of the market when you're looking, right? So you really got to talk to a professional. That's why it's better to just get in the market than trying to time the market, right? However, I am going to say that in the early 2010s, I did see a couple deals, but not so much anymore just because, you know, a lot of people are doing it now, so there's less deals to be had because more competition. So if you are looking to buy real estate in Toronto, you should just consider it right now because it's better to not time the market and just spend time in the market. So if that's you and you're trying to get in the market and spend time there, you can reach out to me. We can make a plan to see what works the best. I'll leave my contacts for you. I'll be on the screen right here, okay? Until next time, your move, your future. See ya. Now that you're done watching this one, how about this one? Oh, you know what? This one's good too. Ooh, this one's really good. You know what? Just watch them both.